I no. What was that? We starting again because that no. So today I'm going to be doing a rev- kind of a review of all of the Kayali fragrances that I have smelled, as well as a ranking of where I'll place them. So I kind of decided to embark on this exercise because I wanted to, include a Kayali fragrance in my collection. But I am not a collector or a hoarder of fragrances. No shade to anyone at all. But I am very particular. I don't like clutter. I don't like excess. So if I'm to have a Kayali fragrance, it's not going to be all. It's going to be one. Only one can win a spot to be Carissa's top Kayali fragrance. I intended to go to Belarus, which carries the Kayali fragrances locally, and sniff them and test them out in store. But I went around Christmas, and at Christmas time, they were sold out. So I picked up the Discovery Kit from Kayali instead, and I just got a sniff, I got a whiff. So I gave each of these fragrances a 1-day wear to essentially help me figure out which one suited me best in terms of the note composition, as well as my daughter, Mackerel, as well as longevity, which is a big deal for me because if I am wearing you need to last as long as possible, and if you are not a long-lasting fragrance, you really have to wow me in terms of what you bring to the table. One of them actually did, but did it make my number one? Stay tuned. Let's rank these fragrances from Kayali. So I'm going to order it. I'm going to list it in order of least favorite to the winner of the top spot and entry into my collection. And in number 8 position, because it's only 8 testers in here, no, I do not have the most recent one, Juicy Apple. I do not have Juicy Apple because it's not in the Discovery Kit. So number 8 position is, no surprise, Citrus. Citrus is a freshie, which I am not a fan of. It smells a little bit like house cleaner, and it did warm up on my skin. And I must say, all Kayali fragrances, some people spray fragrances on their clothes for it to last longer. The magic happens when you spray Kayali fragrances on your skin. Your skin warms it up, especially in our temperature, in our climate, and they change and they morph into something beautiful. And Citrus did that for an hour, and then zoop, bye. I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if my skin is just too hot for these notes. I don't know what it was, but it did not last more than 2 hours. 2 hours, not even a grocery trip. 2 hours. So the notes are bergamot, pink grapefruit, rose, centifolia, musk, and oak moss. So very pretty, interesting notes that lasted on my skin 2 hours, on my clothes 4 hours. So I have to spray you on my clothes in order to get 4 hours wear. maybe, actually, we can even call that brunch with the girls. I don't know what that is, but it's number 8. In number 7 position, Musk. I had high hopes for Musk. Real people was raving about Musk. I actually enjoy musky scents. I like musky floral scents as an everyday scent, as a bedtime scent, as a nice base to layer another fragrance on. And I guess you can probably do that with Musk 12, but it did not do that for me. You know what it smelled like? It smelled like Donna Karan Cashmere Mist. I'll put the bottle. I had a decant of it that I got from Eau de Cologne and I gave it to my mother promptly. It's not for me, and it's not a musk that I would wear. Let's just put it that way. It's not a musk that I would wear, and it lasted 4-ish hours. It did that magical thing that Kayali fragrances do, where it changed on my skin, it morphed into something beautiful, but it's not beautiful for me, not my liking, you understand? So the notes in Kayali Musk 12 was lotus flower, sheer jasmine, that's what I like about it, musks, vanilla, and creamy sandalwood. So and that's probably where the cashmere mist scent comes from, because cashmere mist is a lot of sandalwood and cashmere and suede and all those kind of woody type of scents. So it reminded me of Cashmere Mist by Donna Karan, and it was just not for me. Next on the list was, for number 6, Invite Only. Listen, leave me alone. I like what I like, and I had real high hopes for this, but I don't know. Maybe I had to wear it again. Maybe it was the time of the month that I was wearing it, because when you wear a fragrance while you're PMSing, when you wear a fragrance while you're ovulating, and when you wear a fragrance when it's just like a safe period or whatever you want to call it, it changes and smells differently on you. There was too much amber. I mean, but it was too much dread. Too much. And I kept expecting it to get sexy. And it just wasn't doing it for me at all. So the notes in Invite Only is black cherry, honey de Provence, tobacco leaf, amber resin, vanilla Madagascar. I think that's it. It's a little masculine, and I like masculine scents, don't get me wrong. I actually have a few unisex fragrances in my collection, but it's leaned a little too much masculine for me. Maybe I need to layer it with something, but layering, me needing to layer a fragrance, means that you do not make my top spot. Sorry. So next on my list, let me see, we have 6, 5. Oh, another one that's gonna get me stronger. Vanilla 28. Listen, I had real high hopes for this. Like, I was expecting to get it, smell it, and be like, ooh. Well, my mom is a vanilla lover, vanilla fanatic. I was like, okay, well, if it's not exactly my liking of vanilla, I'll give it to her. Listen, there's not even a vanilla that my mom would like as a vanilla fanatic. It was very ambery, very, very ambery. And I know it's an amber vanilla type of thing, but it's not any type of vanilla that I will go for. It was just too, I don't even want to say too much, because I love too much. But that's the problem. It was very ambery, but not long lasting. It did not, you can smell me from the next room. I will not pass you and you get a trail. It's very close to the skin, but still very ambery. I don't know if my skin chemistry killed off whatever vanilla they used in it, but it just not good for me. And because of that, it's in my number 5 spot. So number 4. Now listen, I have a story with this one. I wore this fragrance to my daughter's dance recital. So my daughter was spending the weekend by her dad, and the intent was we both attend the dance recital and then we exchange. I'll pick her up and she'll come home with me. So my fiance wasn't with me. He's usually my driver, so I had to TT ride share my way to the venue. So I sprayed this on, the Utopia Vanilla Cocoa, and listen, it engulfed my bedroom. It engulfed the man TT ride share car, to the point that we spark up a whole conversation about fragrances and what he wearing and what he'd like to introduce him, tell him about all the cologne if you want to try the cans and stuff like that. Spark up whole conversation. And in the ride from where I live, which is in the east of Trinidad, and to where the venue was, which was the west of Trinidad, and I'm not living too far east. Smell the whole car smelling of vanilla, Utopia Vanilla Cocoa, and we just enjoying the smell. When we arrive at the location, I step out of the car and like I left the fragrance in the car. In the 45 minutes that it took for me to get from where I live to the venue of this dance recital, I left my fragrance in the car. As in, it was on my body, came out of the car, and it stayed in the car and was not on my body anymore. It went, disappeared, poof. So I'm expecting to be in the dance recital smelling myself, nothing. So it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And maybe down in the future I may buy a bottle just to overspray so it will last a little longer, but for something that is actually claims to be intense, and that's the kicker. So it is intense, but it didn't say nothing but long lasting. The thing disappeared in 45 minutes. How? So Vanilla Cocoa, I love this, you know. Ooh, she is beautiful. But you can't disappear on me in one taxi ride. You're not serious about life. So Utopia Vanilla Cocoa 21 Intense, number 4. So we up to the top 3. So in number 3 position, how you reach here? Deja Vu White Flower. I'm trying to remember how I ended up putting you here, you know. I think it just kind of ticked all the boxes in terms of it lasted. It smelled amazing. And I'm not really a white floral type of person, but it smelled very feminine and ladylike. And I can see myself wearing this to brunch. I can see myself wearing it to church. I can see myself wearing it to work. I can see myself maybe even a date night, I don't know. It's a very versatile perfume, and I think that's why it made it so high on my list. I can see myself wearing it everywhere. It checked all the boxes, and while the reason why it's not number 1, I'm assuming, is because it doesn't wow me. So like how Vanilla Cocoa wowed me, but it didn't last longer than a taxi ride. Deja Vu White Flower, it checks all the boxes. It knew the assignment, it recognized the assignment, it fulfilled the assignment, but it did not exceed expectations. Let's just put it that way. Alright? So Deja Vu White Flower 57 is number 3. Number 2. This one surprised me because I have DKNY Be Delicious, and it's a nice, it's okay. But I've realized that I don't like apple note fragrances. It comes off very body splash for me, which is why I suspect Eden and I would not get along, and not about the body splash life. So when I sprayed the elixir, I fully intended, you're going to be somewhere between 5 and 6. I sprayed it, and I came downstairs, and Mr. Man turned to me and was like, wow, what are you wearing? That's when I know that she wasn't. Well, she's not number one because she's still very light, still very Sunday brunch, still very mass on a Sunday morning. It doesn't hit. It's not sexy. That's what it is. It's not very sexy. It's a head turner. Yes, it would intrigue you, but it still has, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, it's actually a good thing. It still has that level of sophistication, which is great. So you would spray it on and you would feel your spine straighten up, and you hold your head up, and you would walk in a particular way. You cannot wear flats and wear Elixir 11. You can't. Heels are required for this perfume. It's just very feminine and ladylike. It has the same bouginess of, Baccarat Rouge, or even, let's say, a Lovely by Sarah Jessica Parker. It's in that same vein of ladylike air, so to speak. So, and that surprised me. Was I listing the notes? I think I stopped listing notes. So what I will do, gosh, I don't like having to do that, but say what I will do is I will include the notes here. So of Elixir, the notes in that is red apple, rose de mai absolute, jasmine sambac absolute, patchouli, and vanilla. Everything in there I love except the red apple, but somehow the red apple worked because it had that kind of boost of freshness that you get from biting into an apple. So, and really enjoy the Elixir. And let's say if I go to buy my full bottle and I don't get my number one, if Elixir is there, I wouldn't be vexed. She might get something away. So, number one on my list, of course, is the only one that's left that I did not mention, is Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. Now, a lot of people actually don't like this scent, but let me tell you why I do like it. Pink pepper, that pink pepper note, I first came across it in that note in a Chanel fragrance, Chanel Eau de Parfum. I think that's the perfume that has the pink pepper note, and I did not like it. Like, what is that? And then I got an FM dupe of the Chanel Eau de Parfum, and I kept wearing it. I was like, nah, I go wear it. I have it. No more wear it. And the more I wore it, the more I learned to enjoy that same spicy sweetness that you get in that pink pepper note. And Sweet Diamond has that. Hits every single checkbox. It's sweet, long-lasting, intense, and it just gives body. And I was sniffing myself, or I enjoyed wearing this perfume. Sniffed myself all day. The man sniffed me too. Enjoyed it. Let's have a child here laughing at me. So the notes in Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25 Intense: pink pepper, bergamot, saffron, Bulgarian rose, vanilla orchid, sandalwood. All the notes that I love. And this One, this Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper is my #1 Kayali fragrance, ranked by me. My opinion. If you don't like it, that's your prerogative. But and if you want to get some more why you don't like it down in the comments, that's fine. But absolutely love it, and that's the one that's going to be making its way into my collection, followed very closely by Elixir. So if Pink Pepper is not there, we might buy Elixir, we might buy a mini Elixir and buy a big regular size in the Sweet Diamond. Who knows, but that's the plan. Alright, thank you so much for joining me today. Whether you're watching it tonight, I'm not sure when I'm going to edit this, but when I post, thank you so much for watching. Comment below which one of the Kayali fragrances have you smelled, which one do you prefer the most. Would you be even bothering to add a Kayali fragrance into your perfume collection? Would you even be bothering to add a Kayali fragrance to your perfume collection? Do you think it's not really worth the hype? Let me know down in the comments. And that's it for me. I'm going to wash off this face and cook something for the picnic then. Bye.